What is going on, SoFi fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. I want to talk on the nice squeeze that we had first thing, what attributed to that, what 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗛 is also saying about SoFi and the broader economy, and just what institutions are doing with SoFi based on the latest round of 13Fs. So I'm going to be talking about all that fun stuff, but before I do, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe is always greatly appreciated. With that, let's get right to it. Live ticker is going at the very bottom of the screen, currently at 5.5%, 16.3 million for volume, 2.6 million shares being purchased by institutions on the secondary market. So a very good start to a Monday. So let me know your thoughts on that, and if you've been buying, selling, or whatever it is, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. But plain and simple, we had a nice little squeeze attributed because of Bank of America results. So definitely goes to show that, again, it's a no-brainer, but it goes to show that banks are making money in a higher interest rate environment. As crazy as that sounds, as I've been saying almost every single video, I don't know if this might be a precursor to SoFi's Q3 earnings, which if it is, then definitely this is going to be a very exciting time. And as I've been saying over the last couple of videos, these are very good times to buy SoFi. Bank of America clearly does represent a lot of the banks to a little bit higher of a level, traditional banks. SoFi is being very innovative, and hopefully based on the Q3 earnings, will have made a pretty good amount of increase in customer and product base. But let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going to be live streaming that, so make sure you guys smash that thumbs up and subscribe, as it was greatly appreciated. But based on what's happening in the economy, clearly people are very optimistic. A lot of calls are being purchased, and also puts are decreasing, so that's definitely a very exciting thing. But based on this, it does look like as of right now, 834.28 thousand shares of shorts close out the position. So that's definitely a very good sign. It does look like first thing in the morning, right at the very beginning, 3.49 million shares were returned. So definitely we had a nice little squeeze being attributed to this data. But outside of that though, we do have a lot of other room, because going back here, there's still 93.34 million shares that are currently out there. Cost of borrow is definitely going down, so that's something you don't necessarily really have to worry about. A full-on squeeze, I don't think SoFi has what it takes as far as utilization or cost to borrow. So I don't think a full massive squeeze will ever happen with SoFi, at least in given the circumstances right now. But these small little squeezes that happen first thing in the morning, definitely very exciting, and it goes to show that SoFi is being suppressed to some levels. But when it comes down to that though, there is individuals that see some optimism in the broader economy, one of which is 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗛. So she's recently talking about the Fibonacci and some technicals, and how hypothetically we're at a very pivotal point that we could and see a nice little bounce off of to around the 3,800 range. And just to put that in perspective, we're currently at 3,600 and change. So definitely a lot of exciting things are happening. Still by no means are we out of the fear, but people are seeing the aspects and the discounts that are currently out there. One of which, and the biggest one, is SoFi, like I've done on a comparison basis with a lot of the traditional banks. So let me know your thoughts on that. I am cycling back to this because this is a very good thing for banks, aka SoFi. Bank of America results. So clearly, like I said, even in a higher interest rate environment, which I believe the Fed's going to be raising the rates on November the 2nd is the next time. So the more that they raise the rates, the more these banks, aka, like I said, SoFi is going to make more and more money. So coming from an investor stance, we should be very greedy and keep buying SoFi at these cheap prices. But like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. So not only is 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗛 very optimistic on the broader market, clearly Bank of America and other banks are going to be making a ton of money, and institutions as well are going to be continuously increasing. And based on the latest round of 13Fs, these are all fairly small fish, but there is a lot of players either maintaining their position, clearly seeing a lot of value in SoFi still, or increasing their position. So both of which are very good things. I think in general, a lot of articles are now saying that you really need to watch what institutions are doing with SoFi. Most likely you're going to see a lot of big players starting to get back into SoFi pretty significantly because of the huge discount that is at. So that's my own interpretation on that. A lot of the big players in SoFi, such as Vanguard, BlackRock, and those ones are going to be in the first week of November. So that is going to be a very exciting time to watch for. But let me know your thoughts on all of that. Technicals are looking very optimistic. We most likely tomorrow are going to have a little bit more of a volatile day because hopefully, given if everything goes right, we're going to be transitioning from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. Stochastic is currently at 33, no defined trend though, so that's something just to factor in. RSI is also at 44. Number of buyers, aka retail investors, are starting to go back up based on the momentum indicator, so that's always a very good sign in the grand scheme of things as well. So I think right now I do completely agree with Liz Young on how she's very optimistic on the broader economy, and just on a value discount or a value rally or whatever you want to call it, I think SoFi should be a lot higher, even given the current fear out in the market. SoFi should be at a lot higher of a price point. So let me know your thoughts on all of that. I'm definitely taking advantage of these cheap prices accumulating, because SoFi years from now, which that's the mentality you should be thinking about, is going to be a lot higher than this. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. That's always greatly appreciated. And not only that, it does help push a lot of SoFi content out into the greater YouTube world, and hopefully brings it to a little bit more viewpoint from other possible new investors in SoFi. So it's definitely a very good thing doing that. And also, if you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said though, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.